Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm your host, Valentine, expecting you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day. Again, on the channel, I have Miss Cristina Viva Bella. She's, I did an interview with her that if you haven't seen it, we talk about Kanye West. Go to the channel, go see it. It's going to be available on mine, as well as hers, where we talk about the whole Kanye bringing Christianity and Jesus back in the forefront of media. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how men are going into a lot of these traditionally women fields and they are kind of taking over, especially in sports, and what Miss Cristina does on her channel. One of the facets that she does, which is makeup, right? So we have a man that has changed his name and is taking hormones, and his name is now Rachel McKinnon. He has won 2 cycling world championships against women. Should women or should men, or is there a physical advantage, Christina, I'm asking you now, for men to go into women's sports, and the reason that they're dominating and setting world records is literally because the male biology is totally different than women. Should men go into women's sports?
Man, my opinion, I do not think that trans women should be competing alongside biological women, especially in competitive sports. I don't think that they should.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've even watched a few trans YouTubers speak out on this because there are some trans women that they see what's going on. Like they can actually admit certain things are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, there's multiple factors that go into it, but when some trans women, they don't start taking hormones until like later in life. So they've grown and matured and the body has grown, as the biological males that they are. And that's obviously puts them at an advantage. I understand that, they see themselves as the opposite gender. Like, I understand that. But at the end of the day, there is a biological reality to who they are. And biologically, they are still male. So I feel that it's unfair for them to be competing alongside these biological women. And they're like breaking all these world records. And it's like, well, duh, you're a man. Like, you're a man. Like, of course you're going to win. And the interesting thing about it is that I don't see so much of a push for trans men or women to compete alongside men, because if you want the other, then you obviously see that there is a biological difference. But why is it that when it's biological men entering women's spaces, it's okay and everyone is supposed to just accept it?
Yeah.
So
the thing is that when trans men, and these are women, when women cannot go into men's sports and dominate like men are doing into here. And I'm glad to hear, I'm happy to hear women like you speak out against this, because it's like, yo, where are we living? Are we in La La Land? Like, I'm like, this is, everybody knows this. We've known this for millennia. Women are physically different than men. And that is absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. We're just physically different. Look, I was before we started this interview, Christina, we were supposed to start at 12, and I told you to start at 12:30 because I'm here trying to be a romantic husband, and I'm making I'm making breakfast. I'm doing some yuca with some queso frito and some salami. Those are some some vegetables and stuff that we Dominicans eat, right? And I'm here to be the romantic husband because I know that my wife will appreciate it. While me, I don't care. I don't care if my wife is not romantic with me at all. I don't care. Literally, I'm just a man. God made me like that. But does that make me different? Does that make me does that make me not equal in worth to my woman just because she likes something different that I don't like? We're both human beings and we have worth, but we're, at the end of the day, we are different. She has a different mentality. She functions different. Her emotions are different than mine.
Right.
And it's crazy. And then we take that to biology when it comes down to muscle, when it comes down to bone density, when it comes down to science proven biological difference. We're trying to blur the lines and act like it's the same exact thing, and it's not the same thing. That man by the name of Rachel McKinnon, they interviewed him, and they asked him, can there be a difference in muscle and lecture between women and men? And even he had to say maybe. Even now that way he doesn't say yes because he knows it's yes, but he says, you know what? Let me just say maybe to be ambiguous. Yeah, it's 100%. Now we also see them, and I was surprised by this to be honest, because I'm not into the whole makeup thing. My wife is, but she doesn't show me videos and whatnot. She
Mhm.
shows me the video of this guy doing makeup, and you have young children, young boys doing makeup. How do you feel, and how prevalent are men in the makeup tutorial community? Are there a lot of men in there?
Yes. Being that I do makeup, I do follow the beauty community quite closely. And yes, there is an abundance of boys in makeup, as they call it. The majority aren't actually trans women, though. They're just gay men, the
Okay.
gay men that do makeup. And I did notice a while back that it feels like the gay men are kind of like at the forefront of the beauty community. And listen, if you're a boy, you like to do makeup, hey, do you, that's fine. But I have noticed that even within the beauty community, it's like they're kind of,
Taking over.
yeah, I mean, don't cancel me, people, but yeah, I sometimes feel like they're kind of like taking over the spotlight, even in makeup too. Like the YouTubers you see with like the most amount of subscribers into the millions and millions, they're men, in the beauty community.
Okay.
And the ones with like all the biggest, even makeup collaborations with the big companies. I mean, there's women doing it too, but
Yeah.
it's the men.
You don't feel there's an attack on being feminine? Do you think there's an attack on women?
Man, I I have to say sometimes I do feel like women, biological women, we are kind of being pushed out a little bit of our own spaces, and that other people are trying to redefine what being a woman is, what femininity is. So I can't help but kind of feel that way sometimes. And I've even been noticing more of a pushback from other biological women before, and or now I should say. And keep in mind, it's always been women that have been the most supportive of gay men and of trans women, but it's now gotten to a point where we're starting to feel like, hold up now,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. It wasn't for that much. You
like
know what I'm saying?
pushing us out the way now.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
Yeah.
I I I I see that, like you said, you have women um supporting, doing a lot of supporting, because you don't want to be. And I understand you don't want to be like bullies. I understand you don't want to be looked at as a hateful person. Um, but we have the how can I phrase this? We have men, going and taking over, like the makeup community, things that are feminine. We're trying to blur the line between femininity. We also have the same culture also exalting women who are of the frivolous lifestyle, to put it lightly. Like for example, like Cardi B, like the girls you put on your video the other day that I commented that they were just causing acting like straight up, you know, horrible human beings. And those things, those, acting, fighting for man and stuff like that. Those are the women that society, puts crowns over them, and the media is full of them. And yet the stay-at-home mom, or the hardworking woman, the woman that takes care of her home, she takes care of her husband. Those women are like, if you do all that, you're a sucker. You're bad. You're stuck in the past. Why is it so wrong to just be like that? Why is it so wrong just to be girly? Because I tell you this, as a man, as a manly man, I love the girliness of my wife. I love the girliness. I love that she pays attention to the way her hair looks, to the way her earrings look, the way she didn't want to go out the other day because the person did her eyebrows. Yo, and she took like a little thing extra, and she's acting like it's the end of the world. I'm like, You gotta be joking me, please. Yo, you couldn't even seen it. I
Oh
love
my
that.
God.
I love that. Why is that bad? Why
Yeah.
why society pushing these women forward like like Cardi B and these people that are horrible examples of good women.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes in line with like the whole feminist thing
But those
where it's
people,
all
sorry, and
about
sorry to interrupt, but those people, the feminists, they are strangely silent on these issues, on issues like men going into women's sports. They are strangely silent. Where are they? Why are they not saying, no, you know what, you're a man, you stay on your side and let them, the women have, let us all have our thing, because now sports are just gonna be straight up co-ed. So you were saying about the feminists?
Yeah, actually, to that point though, I commented this under a video that I watched the other day, and I was like, how ironic that all of the rights that feminists fought for are now going right back to men. But anyway, that's a whole different subject. But as far as, okay, so these women that are like promiscuous and blah, 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 being exalted, I think that kind of does stem back to like the whole feminist thing with, women's liberation and like sexual liberation and women being free to express themselves however they want to, which, I get it.
Yeah,
But I kind of touched on this on my channel before, how, you can live your life however you want to live it, but
100%.
if you feel to be that way, why do you feel the need to kind of attack a woman that doesn't want to live that way, or a woman that does want to live the more traditional lifestyle? Like, why is there that need to attack them?
Big
You
time.
know, like I do see that a lot, and it's like, oh well, if you choose to, either be a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom, and be the more traditional woman or girly type of girl, then it's because you're giving in to the patriarchy and you're harboring internalized misogyny and you agree with men being in power in society. And it's like, oh my goodness.
It's not that serious, right? Like, it's really not that.
It's really that. Yeah.
Christina, I want to thank you so much for being here on the channel and talking about these topics where we actually need. I think me and you, we're in a niche of Latinos and young people where we actually need to be talking about these topics, because these topics are affecting our families, our communities, they're affecting us. And I think we are, especially you, we're doing a good mix of, an entertainment, which is, we need entertainment, but everything is not entertainment in life, So we also got to, there's a time, the Bible said there's a time for everything. And you do your good to society in general. But I don't know if you look at it like that, but you are doing good to society in touching upon these topics that are affecting your life. Thank you so much again. Remember, guys, this interview will be on her channel. It will be obviously on my channel. Go follow her. She has Instagram. What else you have? Do you have Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
I have a Twitter, but I
You're
barely
not on
use
there. Okay, so she's on Instagram. She's on YouTube. Go subscribe to her channel right now. Subscribe to mine. God bless. Godspeed, Christina. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm out.